welcome back to another episode of our Not So Simple Lives podcast. And today we are bringing you another one of those end of the year episodes where we just dive into something in entertainment. We just recap the year of entertainment. This is not a face-off though. So you guys know we did a face-off for 2025 Artists of the Year. If you want to hear the results and us break that down, that was last week's episode. And then we have an ongoing 2025 Movie of the Year Face-Off tournament that's going on right now. So we will be talking about that next week. But this week, this is very niche. So this is talking about, you guys know I love WWE Women's Wrestling. Like, I love it, have loved it since I was a kid. So we just dive into the women's division every single year. I compile this list of the top 50 WWE women of the year. And it's something that I kind of take a look at who my top 50 favorites were throughout the year. Like characters, big matches, big moments, just people that I really like the girls that I really like. And then I take a look at the top 50 in terms of like accolades, things that they've done throughout the year, like premium live event matches, title wins, all of that stuff. And then I kind of like combine them. And then this is kind of what we get out of that. So this is partly like 50% my own bias, but I try and be as unbiased as I can with my list too, because like, you know, there are some girls at the top that maybe I'd put like at the bottom, but you know, we're not gonna talk about that. So we're just gonna dive into the top 10 first, and we're gonna talk about big moments. And Delaney like watches the big matches. You know, we went to Survivor Series. I think, did you watch WrestleMania this year or no?
Yeah.
Like the girls matches?
The girls matches, yeah.
And then Elimination Chamber you watched too, with Liv getting freaking smacked.
Yeah, I think I watch all the like big event.
Yeah.
Like
the big
shows.
4 shows. And then Royal Rumble obviously is something we always watch together. This year I think you were sick, but we watched we still did an episode
I still watched it, I think,
watched
at home.
it.
Yeah.
So number 10 was Charlotte Flair, which actually, if you would have asked me in the beginning of this year, I would have definitely probably said that Charlotte was going to be a lot higher because she was coming off a big return. She tore her ACL at the end of 2023, and she made her return in the Royal Rumble match, which is so obvious that she was going to win. Because when she came out, it was funny because my brother sometimes watches too, and he was watching, and he was like, as soon as she got the pyro when she was entering in, he's like, I knew she was going to win the match. And I was like, okay, that's fair. But to be honest, she was coming off, like I said, being out over a year. So I was like, she needed that grand sort of entrance and moment. And there were a lot of big returns in the Rumble this year, other than Charlotte. Charlotte was pre-announced, but we had Nikki Bella return in the Royal Rumble too, and Trish Stratus. So that was kind of cool. This Rumble was like very big in terms of return. So I think that was the biggest moment for Charlotte, is winning the Royal Rumble was definitely her biggest moment of the year. And then it was kind of like a slow year for Charlotte. I didn't really she was in the Women's War Games match, but then she won the tag team titles with Alexa Bliss too. So that was another big thing. But from winning the Royal Rumble to being like tag team champions, it kind of was like, that doesn't really correlate much.
Right.
You know, like you would think that she would have like this big title reign or whatever, but it was just kind of like her just being in the tag division, which is fine. It gave her a lot of good character development.
Yeah.
Went from being like this self-centered, you know, egotistical person to being like super relatable.
Right.
So, I don't know, what did you think of Charlotte's performance in the Rumble? Like, did you like seeing her back?
Yeah, I liked seeing her back. I think I do kind of like her, like this dynamic of her being in like a tag team. Because I think she seems more compassionate. I guess, like, you know, with Alexa Bliss being her like best friend or whatever.
I know, it's like very relatable.
So I'm like, okay, like I could get down with this, but yeah, I was just kind of sick of 2023 Charlotte Flair winning every single match.
Yep.
I was kind of like, okay, let's switch it up. And then, I mean, obviously, like she got hurt, so.
It's good when people change characters too. That way they don't become too stagnant. But let's move on to number 9, who is Jade Cargill. I feel like Jade Cargill had some really big moments this year. She came back at the Elimination Chamber and attacked Naomi.
Oh yeah.
She like broke into the chamber, and like everyone thought she was gonna go for Liv, but then she went for Naomi instead. And I was like, I was like, oh my God, because I was one of those people that I was like, there's no way it's Naomi. Like, Naomi's too nice. I'm like, they're not going to turn Naomi heel. And then, sure enough, we'll talk about Homegirl later. But
Mhm.
oh my God, I was so shocked. But that's the good thing about, any sort of TV show or any sort of movie is that shock factor of
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened. Like that swerve. And then you're like, you're locked in because you're like, that storyline always had me so captivated because I was like, what is going to happen next?
Right.
Like when they are able to swerve you like that, you're like, okay, let me keep tuning in. Let me see what's going to happen next.
Mhm.
And then she won the Queen of the Ring tournament, which is basically a tournament where if you win, you get a title shot at SummerSlam.
Okay.
And then she just won the women's world title from Tiffany Stratton last month. So Jade Cargill's been
Dang.
on this kind of tear and she turned heel.
Oh.
Thank God at the end of the year she turned heel because now I feel like she's really in her element. That's what I was saying. I think I was telling you when Jade came out and attacked Naomi. I was like, but Jade gives more heel vibes than like babyface, and
Right.
Naomi gives more natural babyface energy. It ended up turning out great, but when it happened, I was like, why would they choose to turn Jade or just not turn her, but keep her babyface?
Right.
But now she's like this big bad heel going on this tear and being the women's world champion. So I personally love it. I think she's had a lot of great character growth. And that's what I'm saying. Like when people come back and have good character growth, like she had like this little neck injury that kept her out for a couple months.
Mhm.
And she comes back and she's showing like this new sort of fresh coat of paint on her character. I think that gets everyone kind of drawn in because they're like, okay, this is cool. I'm ready for something new.
Right.
What do you think of Jade Cargill?
I think she's great. I feel like she is like definitely a powerhouse. She's jacked, you know.
She's so jacked. She's one of those people that she looks literally like like a superhero.
No, like she looked like she could literally like go up against Nia Jax. Like she's someone where I
Yeah.
feel like she like body type, she's a lot smaller, but like she's she has the muscle to where I'm like she has a chance, you
I feel
know.
like Jade needs to be in a freaking Marvel movie at this point.
Right. She needs to be Storm.
Storm, and that's so funny you should say that because at Queen of the Ring at the PLE, she
Mhm.
cosplayed Storm.
Oh, did she?
Like her ring
I
gear was literally Storm.
love
Like she
that.
loves Storm. She bases her kind of WWE character a little bit on Storm, I think, like her look and
She'd be a
stuff.
jacked Storm.
She'd be so jacked. I'm like, okay, Jade, let's see, girl. Let's get you casted as Storm. Number 8, Rhea Ripley. Rhea's in
Mm.
the top 10.
I feel like Rhea, my personal opinion, might need to be a little higher, but I mean,
I
like,
do like Rhea now. I
I
used to not really like Rhea.
I feel like the people that I know, like Rhea definitely stands out to me.
Yeah.
Just because like it's more so like her character and like how she presents herself, like it just sticks out, like, and she's just really popular too.
So can I tell you something that's
Yeah.
so like on brand with what you were just saying about Charlotte is that
Mhm.
was one of the reasons why I was getting sick of Rhea Ripley because I was like, she just wins everything.
Yeah.
Like anytime Rhea's in a match, she's gonna win. Like I just got sick and tired of seeing like Rhea just dominate. Like there's no chance. But this year, Rhea had the same sort of year as Charlotte, where she won the women's world title from Liv Morgan at the Netflix premiere episode. It was like January 5th or something. So
Mm.
early this year. And but then she lost it right before WrestleMania to Io Sky out of
Mm.
nowhere. And then she's just kind of been like doing side quests all year.
Yeah.
She's been failing, trying to get the women's world title back, failing to get it back. And then now she's in the tag division with the O Sky. So they're a
Right.
tag team going after the tag team titles. So like Rhea has been on all these kind of side quests, been failing to win back the world title. So I feel like this year I was really connecting more with her because I was like,
Yeah.
okay, like it's been a breath of fresh air to see Rhea
Yeah.
not just walk in and just like win in like 5 minutes and then like, oh my God, Rhea's unstoppable. No one can beat her. It's like
Right.
it just no one can relate to that because everyone has times where they're not doing as well or they're stumbling. So I think that for Rhea, like this year, like I said, it was really connecting with that aspect of her character. Like
Mhm.
she still had big moments. She had a big WrestleMania match with Bianca and Io, triple threat. That main event match at Evolution, the all women's pay-per-view
Mhm.
with her and Io was freaking amazing. I was like, holy shit, she's doing so good. And now she's, like I said, in the tag team division. So like I really enjoyed Rhea Ripley this year.
Yeah.
Like I used to not, like I said, be a big fan, but now I feel like I'm really connecting with her, and I like her vibe. I like her aesthetic.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. You
I
know?
feel like it's evolving. Like she's just turning into more like she seems like she's getting like a character down. Where
Yeah.
like I think we said like 2023 like we weren't sure like where she was going with her character and stuff.
Yeah.
And she was in the Judgment Day, but I don't believe she's in Judgment Day
No, yeah,
anymore.
she's
So she's just like kind of getting her own identity, and I think that's why, she's getting a little more love now.
exactly. No, I totally agree. So moving on to number 7. This is a new one, Stephanie Vaquer.
Mhm.
So I know you don't really
We
know much
saw
about
we
Stephanie, but
saw her.
we saw her at Survivor Series beat Nikki Bella, but it's fine. I expected, I knew it was coming, but Nikki
Yeah.
did a great job. So Stephanie is an interesting case because she's only been with WWE, not even like she's been with the main roster since like I think like April or
Mhm.
May.
Mhm.
She was in NXT, but she's only been signed to WWE for about a year.
Oh
And
wow.
she's had just an amazing year. Like she won the NXT Women's Championship. She won the NXT North American Championship. She was a double champion at one point in NXT.
Wow.
And then she got called up to the main roster, just had all these big moments. And now she's the women's world champion. And she's been on the main roster like 6 months, like a little bit. Like, yeah,
That's
exactly six
crazy.
months, I feel. So they took Stephanie and strapped a rocket to her and like shot her off into space. So there's two things I want to say about this. I do like Stephanie Vaquer, but there's something to be said about pushing somebody too early,
Mhm.
where the crowd isn't really connecting with her as much because they don't know her as well.
Right.
You know, it's the same thing with Julia. They did great with Roxanne because Roxanne is in the Judgment Day with Liv and Raquel, so she's like feeding off of them. They're kind of the veterans. But
Mhm.
Julia is like floundering on SmackDown on the mid card. And Stephanie is a world champion, but the only time people really she gets cheers from people, but she doesn't really get as much crowd reaction, I feel like, as she would if she had that chase for the title.
Right.
Like if she kept losing, or if she lost, like I was saying, if she lost to Nikki Bella, that would create sympathy around her, and people would be like, "Oh, I want to see Stephanie get the title back. I
That's
feel
even
bad," you know?
that's even more validating. I didn't know that she hadn't been on the roster for that. So they had her versus Nikki Bella at Survivor Series and had her win
Yeah,
against Nikki Bella. See,
like
I
5 months, 6 months into her main roster career.
I feel like that just looks unrealistic because going
Right.
up against a legend like
Yeah.
Nikki Bella, you expect her to freaking, you know, knock her out.
Well, and it's like Nikki might not be the better wrestler, but she should be the smarter wrestler.
Right.
Especially since she's a heel, she could cheat
She has the
to win.
experience.
The
Like
experience.
she know she's been in the ring for a long time. She should know. Like
Exactly.
realistically, she should have been the one to win that match.
Mm-hmm.
And I still wish Brie came out.
I know.
We're not gonna get into
Here's to
it.
the Royal Rumble. Fingers crossed for the
But
Rumble. We'll
we'll
see.
see. Like I'm not saying I expected at the Rumble, but if Brie were to come out, it's at the Rumble.
Yeah.
Where I feel like something at an event like that could have been way more impactful.
Exactly. It would have been out of nowhere. You would have kind of been expecting it, but also not expecting it. And then,
Yeah.
like I said, it would have given Stephanie that sort of Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley thing, like we were talking about, like that
Mhm.
chase for the title of like, okay, like now she's creating sympathy. Like I want to root for her. I want to see her win, like building her up. They've changed her entrance now to on the main roster like 3 times. So I'm like, I feel like every time she comes out, it's something different. And I'm like, they're trying to figure out what they want to do with her. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like maybe having her win like a mid card title, like the Intercontinental or United States would have been better.
Yeah.
Figure out how to present her and then pull the trigger on making her the world champion. But
Okay.
moving on, number 6 is Io Sky. She had a pretty good year too.
Yeah, we kind of
Um,
touched on her a little bit
we
when we
touched
touched
on
about
her.
Rhea.
Women's World Champion, won at WrestleMania, which was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Had that amazing match at Evolution. And SummerSlam, she had a match as well. And then I feel like as much as it's weird, like other than like her shock win over Rhea before WrestleMania for the World Championship,
Mm-hmm.
there wasn't like anything super. She's a great wrestler though. Like she's literally one of the best wrestlers on the roster, and everyone's really connecting with Io this year now. Like the fans are
Yeah.
starting to get behind her a lot because she's been on main roster now 3 years. So now I feel like there's that point where people are like really like, okay, I love Io Sky. Like I want
Yeah.
to connect with her. Like I know who she is as a character. She feuded with Asuka and like broke up their relationship. That was really cool. Still going.
Yeah.
Um, and then her and Rhea are probably going to win the tag team titles in 2026. But what do you think of Io? Like, do you like her?
I like her. I mean, she's not someone like I like Rhea like sticks out to me, but when I
Mm-hmm.
see her, I'm like, oh, that's Io. I'm like, she's
Yeah.
just kind of like neutral for me. Like
Yeah.
she's just happy all like
She's just
she's
happy.
just like she's just happy to be there. Yeah,
Love
happy
that.
to be
She's
there.
just happy to be there. I love it.
And we love that for her.
All right, number 5. Here's a big one. Alexa Bliss.
Yes.
Because her and Charlotte were not on this list last year because they were both out all year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So Alexa Bliss, I think, was it this one that you said you were so excited when you were watching the Rumble, or was that Nikki Bella?
Probably both, to be honest.
So Alexa Bliss, in the beginning of the year, there was rumors that she wasn't going to come back. They couldn't reach an agreement for their contract. And you just take those rumors with a grain of salt because sometimes they're true, sometimes they're not. So when she came out, I was like shocked. I was like, oh my God. And she looked so good.
Mm-hmm.
And now in retrospect, hearing her interview and hearing like that they called her, she was on call at like 3 a.m. She was up with her baby 3 a.m. and she didn't even know she was going to be in the Rumble. So I think last year I was like, oh, it's so cool that she had her gear from 2023. That's the only gear she had because she signed a contract or like got things settled for the Rumble at like 3 a.m. the day of. They flew her in the morning of for the Rumble. So that's
I
why,
didn't know that.
yeah, so I found this out and I'm like, oh my God, imagine like literally like 9 p.m. the day before the Rumble, you're like, I don't know if I'm going to be in the Rumble or not. And then you're at home and then they fly you in.
But like, how do you prepare for that?
Right, that's what I'm saying. So I think that's why she didn't do as much in the match because she just kind of got like thrown in, you know, but she had that jacket made for her, which was really cool.
Was she even like physically ready?
I think she was training. I think because like she was still under contract, but she needed to sign a new one. So I think she was still training a little bit in the ring. I don't know that aspect of it, but I'm assuming so. Like if you're under contract with WWE, you kind of just have to stay like ring ready because they'll call you and like not even 24 hours before and be like, hey, I need you on a flight. You're in the Rumble. And I felt bad for Shotzi because Shotzi was the extra. So Shotzi was backstage and she thought she was going to be in the match, but they pulled her for Alexa. Which is just kind of the nature of show business. It's okay.
It's just crazy because it is show business. And the fact that they do that so late is kind of crazy.
It's insane, but I love hearing the backstage. Like, I don't know if you've watched WWE Unreal.
I think that's the one I've been wanting to watch. Like
because they show you the behind the scenes. Like there's an episode on the Royal Rumble.
I think I watched the first episode.
It's really cool, and they're coming out with a new season in January. So I definitely love seeing the behind the scenes aspects of everything. But she had a great year. The Rumble return, she got the loudest pop of the night. Like everyone was screaming for her. And then she was in the Elimination Chamber. Didn't have a WrestleMania match though. But then she's been doing this tag team stuff with Charlotte, tag team champions and stuff. And I really feel like she's coming into her own in this new sort of iteration of her character. So I'm honestly excited to see what she's going to do. And I met her. She's so nice. I met her like last month at Survivor Series and we were reviving. So she's cool. Moving on to Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan had a slower year this year, but still a big thing. She started off as a women's world champion for a week in the beginning of the year. A week until Rhea beat her. And then she just was like that Elimination Chamber match show with Bianca when she got freaking whipped.
Oh yeah.
And she did so good in that match. But then she had a WrestleMania match with the tag team champions with Raquel. Started like storylines with like 5 different people and then got injured.
Mm-hmm.
She was out for like 6 months, but then we saw her return at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
She came back early
I
from
love that.
shoulder surgery. So Liv's had a slower year, but Liv's one of my favorites. Her and Alexa, well, and Nikki. Those are like some of my favorites right now, but it's hard to pick. But yeah, she's had a good year, but it's nothing been like anything groundbreaking, but she's definitely been like a consistent part of WWE for like the past year. And I
Yeah.
love that she's looked at as like a main player now.
Yeah.
Like she's finally looked as one of the main girls. Cause you remember we were watching like 2021, 2022, she was like that side character, like
Well,
she kept losing.
she was always up and coming. Like she wasn't like one of the main girls that like she wasn't like Charlotte Flair or Alexa Bliss. Like she was just kind of like almost there but not
Mhm.
quite. And now I feel like she's there.
She's 100% there. Like the pop she got at Survivor Series when she came out, like surprising.
I'm not
We
gonna
were all,
lie.
like, shocked.
I think Judgment Day. I think they have kind of I don't know what you want to call it, but like they sprinkle a little magic on some of these on these
Yes.
people because
Same thing with Dominic Mysterio too. Not even talking about like the men, but him too.
no, like because Rhea also wasn't popular either until she was in Judgment Day. So I feel like that like group or whatever you call it, I forget.
It's like a faction, but it's a group, yeah.
Yeah, that faction group like really took off some of these people like career, like as far as like getting a lot of matches, being main eventers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they just sprinkled some pitsy dust on these
Well, that's
people.
why I think like Judgment Day is probably the most popular faction right now. That's still like ongoing. I mean, I guess that's debatable, but
Right.
that includes women at least. But that's why I think that I like that Triple H does a lot of factions
Mm-hmm.
because under Vince McMahon, he didn't do that a lot, but then you get lost in the shuffle.
Right.
I feel like you need to join a group in order for people to really care about you because that's how you get like more character dynamics. Like I said,
Right.
Roxanne is in Judgment Day, and I think it's going to do wonders for her career.
Yeah.
Because when she breaks off from Judgment Day, she's going to have those connections, have those ties. People are going to know who she is. And that's what happened with Liv too. Liv was doing great. And then she joined Judgment Day, and now it's like she's just like this bad bitch.
Well, it's like now she's popping off, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I feel like that didn't happen until you went into Judgment Day.
I
you
know.
know what I mean? So,
and I'm so happy for her.
and-
Like, I'm so proud of her.
and same thing with Rhea. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, everybody knows Rhea. Everybody loves Rhea now. But like before or right when she started Judgment Day, people were like, they could care less because they were like, or they were just like, I don't know, like how I feel about,
Well,
this
Rhea's
girl.
so viral. I didn't even know that, but apparently
She
she's
is.
viral on TikTok.
She's just viral in general.
Like
Yeah.
people look at her and they're like, "Oh my god!" And like Rhea's like, the people like lesbian fantasies. I guess I don't know.
It's
like
because of the way she fucking pins people.
and her outfits and everything, she plays into it. Like she just
Yeah.
comes out in like these little bra and like
Mhm.
she used to wear the pants. Now she wears.
And that doesn't do
I'm
it
like,
for
Rhea,
me personally.
You're like
but,
not my type.
Yeah, not my type. But I could see how it could do it for other people.
Yeah. So then we're gonna talk about number 3, which is Naomi.
Naomi.
Love Naomi. Oh my god, we want to talk about character development this year. She was like the glow girl in the beginning of the year, so happy go lucky tag team champions with Bianca. And then Elimination Chamber hit, and Jade beat the hell out of her in the chamber. And I was like, no, Naomi, I love her. She's so sweet. And then all of a sudden you see this like rage of Naomi. She was so good, and she's in her acting bag this year. Like the promo with Bianca where she was genuinely crying and like just like saying she wanted to save Bianca from Jade, and she did it for Bianca, and Bianca's like, I can't even look at you right now. How could you do that? How could you lie to me? It was very good. Like I was like, this is sometimes the acting in WWE isn't the best, but Naomi was in her bag. And she just had a great year. First singles women's WrestleMania match that wasn't for a title in like freaking 18 years or something with Jade, which she ended up losing. But Then she won the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, the briefcase where you can cash in. We saw her cash in at Evolution.
Yeah.
So surprising. Won the women's world championship, and then she got pregnant. So now Naomi's gonna be out for a while. But I'm so happy for her. I mean, finally she's able to like start a family. This is what she wanted. But it's so crazy how that stuff, how the life works and the universe works like that is like arguably, I don't want to say this is the peak of her career, but definitely a huge high. Something she's been
moment.
waiting. She's been waiting to win the main title. She hasn't won the main title since like 2017 or something, or 2017. So it's been like a hot minute since she's won it. She finally gets back on top and then gets pregnant. It's so happy. I'm so happy for her, but it's just the timing is like, damn.
Yeah.
But her character, everyone, when she turned heel before, like 10 years ago, she was like, had like this kind of hip hop rap sort of music and character. But she was like very like rock and roll, like dripping eyeliner. Like this character that she has right now, the Proceed with Caution, all the caution tape and everything. Like she was kind of like the crazy girl.
I'm like low-key.
And I was like, what?
I'm like low-key. This is just a personal preference, but I really miss her glow.
I know you liked that character.
I love that. It would get me. I'd be hyped. I'm like, Naomi's on tonight. Yeah, we're gonna watch it.
Yeah, we're gonna watch
I don't know. It was like kind of like, I don't know, like an EDM type of entrance. Like it was just like, I'm not like a huge like EDM fan, but I just thought like it was like a great, as far as like entertainment aspect, like I thought it was so awesome the way that she came in. Like, you know, all the lights are off and like everyone has like glow sticks or whatever, and then she has like her glow up, like her glow outfit like in the dark, and she did like a little dance because she used to be a dancer.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, I thought that was so smart on whoever thought of that, if she thought of that.
I think it was her idea. Yeah.
I was like, I love that, and so I still miss that. But
I know, I mean, it's like sad because she was that character since 2016 though. So I think she was like, okay, it's time to evolve, because I was like, what, like 8 years with that character? Like almost 9?
She could have just kept like the same music.
She could have done like something a little different, but that's why I was shocked when I was like, Naomi's gonna turn heel. Like I love this iteration of her glow character. Like I love it, but like it's so crazy because Naomi was like, as a babyface, she was never like the top babyface. It was always like Bianca was ahead of her, or like I can't even think of other girls. But there was like a pecking order. Naomi was like number 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So she was never able to reach the top one. But as soon as she turned heel, all of a sudden she became the number 1 heel. Yeah. And that's how she was able to win the world title. Right. Because when you're like the 4th top babyface, it's hard for you to win a title. But if you're going to be the number 1 heel, they're going to give that to you right away. They're going to be like, you're winning that title.
They could have done like maybe same-ish type of music and changed green to red and made it villain.
Ooh.
Like, come on.
Okay, give her some ideas.
Like,
for when she comes back from her pregnancy.
Naomi, hit me up. We'll talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. Do a little bit. I could see like flashing red or something.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like.
Or like, I don't know, like just something to make it more villainous.
And a little more deeper, like I could totally see that.
Like still have like the beat, but like, I don't know, just make it
just more like bad bitch energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I actually liked the Caution character, but I was shocked that she was doing it because it was so different from anything she's ever done in her career. But it's probably what she wanted. I think she wanted to show like not only WWE but acting companies, production companies, like, hey, I can play the really girl next door, the fun girl next door, but I can also play this bad, like, psycho bitch, too. It shows her acting range.
So it shows that she has, like, you know,
and she's been in a couple of movies. She was in, like, The Queen of the Ring and stuff. She was in a couple movies.
Oh, nice.
So, number 2 is Becky Lynch. Yeah. Becky Lynch just, I mean, of course. She's been, it's so funny, like, controversial. But her character is kind of like a play on, like, Donald Trump.
Oh my God.
She's always like, this was rigged. This is not, she tweets like him in her character. And so it's so funny. Like, not even to bring up politics, sorry. But I mean, it's so funny how like she kind of like parodies his
Yeah.
Twitter. You
Yeah.
know, it's always like chaotic.
Right.
So, anyways, she returned to WrestleMania, was attacked Bailey, which I felt so bad for Bailey. Like she missed out on her WrestleMania moment. I feel really bad, but it's a storyline, I guess. So she attacked Bailey, but Lyra didn't know it was her. So she was Lyra's mystery tag team partner. Won the tag team titles with Lyra for like a minute. Turned on Lyra. And then had this amazing run with the Intercontinental Championship. Like that title was on like every single like premium live event, which is amazing because it's only been around for less than a year. So she really showcased it. She defended it against so many different people like Lyra, Nikki Bella, and then she lost it to Maxine Dupree recently, which was also like her putting over like a new talent, which Becky is always really good about doing. But yeah, I mean, other than the Intercontinental Championship run, like nothing really.
She's kind of in her acting.
She
era.
is. She was in Happy Gilmore
too.
too. She's been dabbling. She played Cyndi Lauper in
Oh.
some sort of TV show.
Oh,
I think.
interesting.
I'm pretty sure
Cyndi
she's been.
Lauper.
Yeah, she played her in something. I think we'll fact check it. But
I love that for her.
yeah, her.
that
I
she
think.
did that.
I think she's signed. There's a few of the girls that are signed to production companies. I think there's like 5 or 6 of them that are signed to, I think, Paradigm. I think Alexa Bliss is one of them. I think Becky, Jade, I think Naomi. I don't know. But a few of them are signed to production companies. So they're trying to dabble into acting roles outside of WWE, which is good because it brings more eyes to the product, you know? So let's get into number 1 because we're running out of time. Tiffany Stratton. Number 1, she was the women's the women's champion pretty much all year until November. So she cashed in her Money in the Bank briefcase, turned on Nia Jax, won the gold from Nia Jax, defended against Charlotte at WrestleMania, but she was pretty stagnant in terms of storylines. I feel like she was stuck in a Nia Jax vortex all year.
Nia Jax.
Like she literally just kept defending against either Nia Jax or Jade Cargill. So I would have loved to see her have more character other than her just saying like it's Tiffy time like all the time. Like I feel like it's very her character. I love Tiffany Stratton. She's number 1 for a reason. Like she's amazing in the ring. I love her like gears. I love her style. I love her wrestling. But her character is a bit one-dimensional right now.
Yeah.
So I wasn't surprised that she was number 1 because she was high on my list, and then she was the world champion for like pretty much the entire year. So that's gonna warrant you pretty much getting number 1.
She needs a little more depth to her
She needs a little more depth. She's been in the main roster almost 2 years now. So she's still figuring it out, I feel.
Yeah.
But I think she should turn heel again because that was the best version of her, I feel.
And kind of going back to like, just kind of like not like pairing people up to like fight. Like her, like how you said she's in this Nia Jax vortex. I think Tiffany Stratton, she is very strong and she's very like athletic, like as far as like she's like a gymnast or something you said.
Yeah.
But like putting them up against each other, I would not expect Tiffany Stratton to beat Nia Jax.
Well, and that's the thing. She kept beating Nia. She kept beating Jade, which even Jade, like, a bit of a stretch. Like, her and Trish, even though they had, like, no story going into their match at Evolution, they had, like, I think the best match of Tiffany's reign. Yeah. I mean, her and Nia had some good matches, too, but I think her and Trish were more evenly matched.
Yeah.
In that sort of sense. I mean, Tiffany is stronger than Trish, but Trish is more like, and well, I guess she's not more athletic, but she's like similar styles.
They're more like similar in body type too, where it's like, okay, this could be like a decent matchup.
Yeah.
Where like, you know, Nia Jax, she's just like a freaking tank.
She is.
She's like if you see her in like the Royal Rumble matches, she just knocks everyone out as soon as she comes in. So like going up against someone like Tiffany Stratton, I'd be like, possibly, but I don't know. Like being realistic, even though it's obviously entertainment.
Right.
Like if you guys were on the street, like actually fighting, come on.
I know,
you know
exactly.
What I mean?
Like, so there's only so many different ways you can have her beat Nia that looks realistic before it's like, But like I said, she faced Nia so many times throughout the year that I was like, oh my God, she's facing Nia again. Like, can we do something new? You know, and that's why I feel like we really need to draft because they need to shake up the rosters. Like, I'm like, I need people to move shows, you know, because they're
Right.
running out of storyline ideas. But really quick, I want to go into the bottom 10. So, like,
I think
let's talk about
you should just name them off, and
We're
then if people are like pissed off, be like
comment. I'm gonna name them off, but I'm gonna give a little bit of like background on why I go through the bottom 10 because I feel like the bottom 10 they either have like this resurgence year in 2026 or they unfortunately like get released or they get lost in the shuffle. Some of these girls already did get released, so that's why they're so low on this list.
Okay.
But last year like it checks because a lot of the girls in the bottom 10 last year got released, unfortunately. But anyways, so 41 was Scarlett, who they didn't renew her contract, so she's gone. 42 is Kaylani Jordan, who's in NXT. She'll probably skyrocket next year. 43, Michin, who's been like lost in the shuffle a little bit, so I don't know. 44, Jada Parker, who's in NXT. I'm sure she's going to do great next year. 45 is Zarya, who is with Sol Ruka right now, and I think she's going to have a great year next year too. 46, Piper Niven, who might have a career-ending neck injury.
Ooh.
That's what they were talking about in the summer. She's been out since like either September or something, and there were reports that she might have a neck injury that her ring career might be over.
Oh,
but it's been very like hush-hush about Piper Niven. So I'm really sad if that is true because I do like her. Like she's always so fun with Chelsea and like the Royal Rumbles and stuff. 47, Jakara Jackson, who is Lash Legend's partner, who unfortunately got released earlier this year. 48, Kiana James, who's with Julia. Kind of stagnant right now. I love Kiana, but I'm like, girl, we need something in 2026. We'll see. 49, Katana Chance, who unfortunately got released. And 50 is Alba Fire, who is with Chelsea right now. That's her little like lackey. So, which is unfortunate because Alba Fire is such a good wrestler. So, like, to see her in a role where she's kind of like a joke character, I'm sure she doesn't mind because she's getting paid nonetheless.
Yeah,
but I
mean,
like,
I'm here. I get TV
like,
time.
I know she can go. So it's like when she comes out and like loses in like 2 seconds, I'm like, damn, like she's such a good wrestler though. But that's our bottom 10. I mean, you know, we'll see what happens with them next year.
If any of you disagree with that, like let Eric know because
let me know
and
let me know
hear
about
what
the
your
top 10.
thoughts are.
Let me know the top 10 too. Like who would you have placed in the top 10? You know, like who wasn't in the top 10 that should have been in the top 10 or who are you hoping has a better 2026? Just like sound off in our comments and let us know what you think. But this is just kind of our fun little way of breaking down this list in a way that's like under, you know, so we're not talking to you for 2 hours. We're not going to go through the whole damn thing, you know?
Right.
But yeah, comment and, you know, if you're listening to us on Monday, vote in our face-off for 2025 Movie of the Year because we'll be coming to you guys next week with that episode. And that's always something we're so excited because, you know, we love movies.